Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. All right, rock stars, before we get started with the bullshit, I guess we'll start with the politics bullshit. It's just a little bit of the same, you guys. So the Mueller report came out a couple of weeks ago. We already knew that. And there was all these whisperings about what was or wasn't in there. Well, yesterday it seems that Robert Mueller, while he was resigning from his position, also went on record saying that listen, I didn't never say that Trump was innocent. Actually, there was quite a bit of shit going on down there in the White House. Or actually, he wasn't in the White House right then. But, before he got into the White House, as he was on the campaign trail. And I put it all in there for you. Now, if you ain't gonna read it, then that's one thing. But if you read it and you see what I said, then you guys would, make preparations to take proper action. The only reason why I did not arrest him is because it is very clear in the Constitution, wherever it says it, that you cannot arrest with federal charges a sitting president. Okay, I can't do that, but you guys can do what you need to do, because the man is a liar and lies constantly, at least 10 times a day. He lies for no reason. He lies for all the reasons. He's a liar. Yeah, Mueller put that out there for everybody, and now the pressure is on. The Democrats seem to be not necessarily sure if they want to do it. They say it's going to be expensive, and then they're worried about, whatever it is. The only person that seems like is gung-ho about doing it is Maxine Waters. Damn it, she been trying to impeach y'all stupid ass president for how long? She said it was going to happen a couple of years ago. Now, I guess that they have the smoking gun. Nobody really wants to step forth and do so. So we're going to see what the Speaker of the House has to say about this Miss Pelosi and, what's going to be next. But I mean, if they impeach Bill Clinton for lying about his affair, then I see no reason why they wouldn't. But, I have to remember that even if they start the impeachment process, the Republicans are responsible for pushing it through. And as much as the Republicans have held up his bullshit these last 3 years, I honestly don't believe that the impeachment would actually stand. And then we would have the Democrats going through this whole thing of putting an impeachment through and spending all of this money, because evidently it's quite expensive to do so as well, and then all for naught. But this is just my unpolitical trained voice speaking. I haven't even really been paying much attention to it. You guys know, okay? I'm about sick of all of it. So I don't give a fuck. I just let me know what happens. It's kind of how I feel. But it was all the rage, all the talk last night on CNN. I did try to turn it on and just get a little just to figure out what exactly was going on. And basically Mueller was like, yeah, I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink. God damn it, read it. That's what I tell the kids all the time when they ask me something. If you just read, if all you got to do is read, all the answers is there. When the kids looking for something, I say, all you got to do is look. If you look in the pantry, you can find the peanut butter. Just look around. It's not going to be directly in front of your eyes, but if you just look, move some around, then you would see it. And I think that's the same way that Mueller is approaching this whole thing. He's over it. Now we're going to see if they're going to convince him to testify, in front of the Congress or whatever. But, yeah. Mueller said, look, I done did it. I done took 2 years. I done put the shit down for you. You're gone. You take it. You here, roll it up and ball it and throw it at you and figure it out for your damn selves. So we'll see what happens. But that's it, you guys. Politics. It's a never-ending saga, isn't it? Alright, you guys, I'm telling you that Deborah, she's on her way on vacation, and she calling me this morning, and I was like, girl, you about to go on vacation? Why you calling me before you getting on the plane? Girl, get on the plane and have a good time. Ooh, I'm trying to do this video. I'm at the orthodontist. I am getting fitted for my retainers today. So I'm feeling good, y'all. I am so excited. I am so over these fucking braces. Cannot wait. Anyway, moving on along. So, it seems that the rumors have been flying ever since Memorial Day weekend, which was just last weekend, if you would remember, that Porsha Williams of Real Housewives of Atlanta fame, and most recently Porsha's having a baby fame, and her fiance, Dennis McKinley, have broken up. Now, we haven't gotten any confirmation from either sides of that camp. However, they say that Porsha unfollowed Dennis on Instagram. And, you know, don't. Y'all know that's a nail in the coffin, baby. Anytime you see somebody unfollowing and following, that definitely means something as far as social media is concerned. But, hey, not only did Porsha unfollow Dennis, but so did her mother, okay? Miss Dionne and her sister Lauren. They all unfollowed Dennis after rumors were going around that he cheated. Listen, I don't know. I did not do much research on this because, you know, I would rather hear it from somebody's mouth, okay? Either hers or his. Somebody a little bit closer to the story. Now, Porsha did put up a tweet, I believe it was, or somewhere in Instagram, where she said, not gonna worry tonight. God had it last time. God has it this time. And of course, people have put that, they interpreted that to mean that the same way God had her when she was going through the shit with Cordell is the same way that God is going to have her if she's going to go through some shit with Dennis. Okay. But it remains to be seen. It actually is very sad to me if it is true, because they just had a baby. They seem to very much care for each other. I cannot ignore that there have been rumors swirling around about Dennis, but you know, you have to take those with a grain of salt. Y'all should see that this guy has he was determined to wear these Gucci sweats, child. He was determined. Now, nigga, it's 85 degrees right now in the morning, okay, in Atlanta. He got on them suede looking, them real thick Gucci sweats with the G's on it, and he about this big. They falling off of him. He look a fucking hot ass man. I can't, he too far away. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see him. Anyway, I just hate to see that this would be the result of everything that we've seen them going through on the show. But again, like I said, we're going to take it with a grain of salt until we get a little bit further confirmation. They said that Porsha did refollow him, so she's back following him. So that probably means that they back on. We have to remember that negotiations of these contracts are in full swing for Real Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, they say who's all coming back and who's what, but you know, I'm sure they're still trying to get their monies together and figuring out who's getting what. Okay, so maybe a little drama, we stir up a little something, you know, because that'll promise that they'll have some spice in their storyline for next season. We have to keep all of that in mind as well. And you also have to remember that people do things in social media a lot of times for attention. Now, if you didn't want people to know that you guys are breaking up and, you know, that this was going on, you know, you wouldn't do something so public as unfollowing them, even though that's stupid and silly for me to even say. In this day and age, people are watching on Instagram, and when they watch and they think that, you know that they're gonna think that, so you do that because you're trying to control the narrative. You're trying to make people think a certain thing. So who knows, child? Who knows? But I hate that if it is true, because you know, they just had a new baby. We ain't gonna put no heat to it until I get further confirmation. But I'm gonna keep my ear to the street, and I will let you guys know as time goes on, if we hear anything further out about this story, whether or not it was true or what. And when I find out, you guys will probably already know because it's already on social media. But I'll bring it to the ones that don't be on social media like that. How's that? So yeah, they say that Porsha and Dennis are no more. What do you guys think? Alright, you guys, so let's talk about Auntie Dionne Warwick for a second, shall we? People are all up in arms about this interview that she gave to People magazine, where I guess she was asked if she felt that Beyonce... Let me back up. Dionne Warwick is promoting an album that she has out right now. Okay, it's a new album called She's Back. I know you guys are all clamoring to get to that album, but before you do, let me tell you about this interview that she had with People magazine. In the magazine article, they asked her if... in the magazine interview, they asked her if she felt Beyonce was an icon or something around them sorts. She commented that while Beyonce has come a long way with Destiny's Child and she's certainly on her way to becoming one, she's doubtful if that she's considered an icon right now. Okay, and she says, quote, sustaining and becoming a big icon that Gladys Knight or Patti LaBelle or Johnny Mathis or Frank Sinatra or Sammy Davis Jr. is, I doubt that. Now, listen, Dionne Warwick is certainly entitled to her own opinions. Like we all have assholes, we all have opinions. I would tell people not to get too bent out of shape about what Miss Warwick said, because first of all, you have to... Dionne Warwick is an old artist, no disrespect there, but when what in her mind is categorizing people as icons, the people that she named from her era is what she would consider icons, and I agree with all of the people that she named, but Dionne Warwick is not a part of this generation, so I would be willing to say that she might be a tad bit out of touch, like a lot of older people are who aren't tuned into just what the people want today and what music. Beyonce is an icon, in my opinion. No matter how you might feel about her, whether or not you like her or not, she is, for a lot of the artists today, the bar. She sets out on her own, and you know, you can't or can, depending on how you feel about Beyonce, go by what Dionne Warwick said. But yeah, definitely I believe that Beyonce is an icon. I believe that we have quite a few icons that are happening right now who made statements, who made differences in music, and who will continue on even when they're not here. The things that they did in the music industry and the entertainment industry and the contributions that they made, I think that they will stand. So, and I definitely believe that Beyonce is one of those people. So, you know, don't get too upset about Dionne Warwick and what she said. Okay, Dionne has always she's been vocal about however she feels. You know, has a slight reputation of being a little salty, but do you really expect a woman of her age to actually look at Beyonce as, well, I don't know if I should even say that, because I actually believe that there are older women that also feel that Beyonce is an icon, okay? But, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me, because time will tell, you know, as we get older, and, you know, Beyonce definitely is going to get older like everybody else and slow it down, but we will still see, people will still talk about the things that she achieved in her career. I believe when it's all said and done that she will definitely go on in the annals of the icon legendary status for female musical artists. Okay, now tell me what you guys thought about that. I know it was a lot of the hive out there who was really pissed at what Dionne Warwick said, but like I said, y'all just go on and let Auntie be. You guys know how sometimes y'all don't agree with me and y'all just be like, well, that's Roxanne, and just go on and let her think that way because she old as fuck and she just don't know. Okay, just let it be like that, y'all. Just, it's okay. That's all I'm saying, is it's okay. My orthodontist is just walking into the office. I'm early, y'all. I'm telling you, they gonna get these damn braces off my mouth. Okay. Next story. Let's do a shout out to Meg The Stallion. They say that a kid named Cyril Briscoe or Cyril Briscoe. Okay, if I'm mispronouncing his name, I'm sorry, you guys. He was 26 years old, so not really a kid. He went to see Meg The Stallion at a club appearance on Saturday in Prince George County down there in Florida. She, was, by all accounts, she was like one of his favorite artists. He was a super fan. Evidently, he was able to meet her at this appearance. Just a quick, probably, hi, how you doing? Shake her hand, give her a hug, maybe take a picture. When he left there, on the high spirits of meeting Meg The Stallion, they say shortly after, he was in a car with some friends, and somebody drove up and shot at the car, sprayed the car. There was a 911 call somewhere around 5 a.m. and they said that when they arrived at the location that the car had been shot up. He had been shot. None of the other people were shot. Okay, they were able to escape unscathed, but he was shot and killed. His cousin had tweeted what happened the next day, and I guess tagged Meg The Stallion, hoping that she would see that his cousin had died. He was a fan. He had just went to see her at this club, and he just wanted her to know that the cousin had died. Well, Meg The Stallion, she reached out to him, said that she was very sorry, that she remembered meeting him, that his energy was, out of this world, that he was a nice guy, and that she wanted to be able to help. So she went on and donated $1,200 to the GoFundMe that the family for Briscoe had created, because they were not prepared for anything like this. She also said that if they did not hit their goal, and raise the money that they needed to bury him, that she would give more. And I think that is, there's things about people that they do that just shows their character. And I thought that was a really good thing of Meg The Stallion to do, because she didn't have to do things like that. I mean, she had nothing to do. It wasn't even at the club. I mean, even if it was, it's not her fault. However, she cared enough to donate towards his family. I think that's a cool thing. And I don't know much about her music other than what they play on the radio, but I've been seeing her name more and more. I know she just had an album that came out. They're saying the album did not necessarily do all that well. So if you guys are Meg The Stallion fans, then you guys should go out and cop that. Do people even buy music anymore? I mean, I guess I'll have to give it a listen on my Apple Music. It's on Apple Music, right? Because that's the only way I'm gonna hear it. But we'll go on and give it a spin or two just to see, because I would like to see more female rap artists out there doing it, because there's a lot of them out there. I mean, it's not just Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that your girl Meg The Stallion does care about her fans, and any ways that she can help, she is definitely there to do it. So good for Meg The Stallion. Prayers up for the Briscoe family and the unexpected and devastating killing of Cyril Briscoe. Okay, rest in peace to Cyril Briscoe as well. Good looking out, Meg The Stallion. You guys, and then in Love and Hip Hop news, I have a few stories. First, they're saying that former Creep Squad, I guess he's not former, he's always gonna be Creep Squad extraordinaire member Peter Gunz, director of Baby Daddies, the DOBD, also the ping pong ball that bounces back and forth between Amina and Tara, the baby daddy to about 10 kids. They're saying that he may be adding an 11th to the stable, as he seems to have gotten a 19-year-old pregnant. And I listened to this story and I was just like, now I know the DOBD, he is on some fuck shit many times. But what I don't think is he is stupid enough to get a 19-year-old pregnant. Okay, Peter Gunz is 50 at least. And I am going to hope that he would not be fucking around with 19-year-old girls to the point where he's getting them pregnant. Okay, he couldn't be that irresponsible. All right, so I'm choosing to not believe this story. Peter Gunz has actually come out and said that he is not messing with nobody, no damn 19 years old, and he couldn't get a 19-year-old pregnant even if he wanted to. because he had a vasectomy. You guys remember that? That just doesn't strike me as his stilo. All right, so I don't believe it, and he's already not denied the story, but somehow that story got out there and was floating around. If you follow him on Instagram, I don't know why I do, but I do. But he said that he's going to talk about it on his lunch talk. You guys know he does Instagram lives and discusses certain topics. So if you want to hear what he has to say, then y'all tune in, I guess, 1 o'clock Eastern time, and you guys can find out everything you wanted to know about Peter and his ding. In a sad story, they're saying that Ra Ali from Love and Hip Hop New York fame, they're saying that she gave birth to a little baby girl prematurely on Sunday, and that the baby did not survive. Okay, she was only 5 months pregnant, hadn't even had the chance to announce it. I guess she was waiting. You know how people like to wait until they're out of their first trimester. They said that she had already had a pregnancy shoot, photos that she was planning to release in a couple of weeks in June, to announce that she was having this little baby girl, but she went into labor prematurely and lost the baby. Very, very sad. It's just sad. The doctors were taken by surprise because Ra Ali did not have any, any health issues. She was, I believe she's 35 years old, and I mean, that is, I don't even know if these days, is that still considered the high risk age? People are having kids older and older nowadays, so I don't know if that is or isn't still the age. But besides her age, they said that she didn't have any other health problems or any reason for them to believe that she would go into labor early. Yeah, I feel for her. To actually go into labor and then lose the baby is a terrible thing. So prayers up for Ra Ali. I don't know who the father was. I don't think that she had even announced anything like that either. But prayers up to her and the baby's father. And hopefully that she can get through this time, this difficult time, okay. So sad, you guys. And then lastly, they're saying that Love and Hip Hop Miami might have been canceled. There's rumors going around, and you know how those rumors can go. It just says sources say. We haven't gotten confirmation from VH1 or from Mon Ami. We haven't heard anything. None of the people on the show have even said anything. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I think that Love and Hip Hop Miami turned out to be the worst of the franchise in many people's eyes. I think that they're running real close with New York, and that New York even needs to do something. I don't think that Mona will drop New York because she's very close to a lot of the people that are on the cast there, but I think that she was over the fool of fucking niggotry that was happening down there in Miami. And if they do get rid of Miami, okay, so that would leave New York, Atlanta, and Hollywood. What city would they add next? Okay, we know they tried to do Houston, and Houston was y'all was just a little too crunk. Y'all was a little too trill. Let me use the right words for the right region. Y'all was a little too trill for Mona and her people. Okay, it was always some shit. They couldn't secure the locations of where they was filming. It was fighting. It was all kind of shit. Okay, and Mona was like, damn it, no, we didn't have a whole lot on our show, but we ain't had nobody get killed. We ain't about to start with Houston. So they ain't fucking around with Houston no more. But I know that there was rumors going around that they were going to try to do New Orleans. I haven't heard anything about New Orleans, whether they was testing down there, if they filmed anything down there. I don't even know of any potential people that they would be, looking to have on the show from, down there in New Orleans. So what other city do you guys think would be a good show? Love and Hip, maybe Chicago? And side note, Chicago, y'all know I dropped Black Ink Chicago, right? Y'all nigga can't do it no more. So I actually need to pick up a new show to review. Claws is coming back next week, or in a couple of weeks, I should say. So that's good. But I still need one more show because y'all, these YouTube checks, honey, they is not playing with y'all. We got to do these videos, so I need to get her little munties. So I'm gonna put it to you guys. Y'all give me some suggestions of shows. Now let me let you know I do not like jumping into a show that is in the middle of a season, so I'm not doing that. So request any shows that have not started yet. I need a show that's about to start at the beginning of the season. And it's been a few people have thrown a few things at me. Handmaid's Tale. Do you guys watch that? I mean, I watch it, but I know a lot of people don't have Hulu and don't watch it. I love that show. And I mean, you know, maybe. Queen Sugar, people have thrown Queen Sugar at me, and you guys, I watch Queen Sugar. I watch it all the time. I mean, you know, I watched it the whole time that it's been on, but Queen Sugar is so fucking depressing, and it just reminds me of like Good Times. It's like every time something good is about to happen on that show to the people, something happens to just blow it all away. Okay, it's like they can never ever just have a good string of good luck. You know, it's just like always something. So I just was like, I feel like I'd be reviewing that show and I'd be complaining a lot. So that's why I don't know if Queen Sugar is the one. It's just the modern day Good Times, child. They ain't gonna never ever win on that show. And some other shows, you guys. I mean, it doesn't have to be reality. I mean, possibly reality, but I'm open. So you guys give me some suggestions, and we'll go from there. But I got completely off because we was talking about love and hip hop. What city do you think would be next now that Miami is potentially out of the running? Y'all leave y'all comments about all of that I just said below. Are you guys interested in the book that Lamar Odom is out right now promoting? Remember, we said a while back, I talked about it in Top of the Blogs, that he was going to be putting out a book about his life, pretty much explaining his regrets, his failed relationships, his addictions. Seems that he's put all of that together and got with somebody to help him write this book. And now it's going to be available for you guys to all read. The old background story to Lamar Odom. Many people want to read it because they just want to peek into his life when he was with Khloe Kardashian. Just hear the things that he might have to say about her. And he does definitely talk about her from what I understand on this promo tour that he's on. That damn Lamar Odom is talking so much about the damn book that it's like you telling everything. I mean, I know we want to drop a little something in there for everybody to be interested in reading the book, but I feel like, you know how sometimes you see a movie trailer and you done seen all of the damn trailer, you feel like you saw the fucking movie already? That's kind of how I feel about this book. We done heard stories about him you know, fucking all these women, cheating on Khloe, using the fake ding to pass the drug test for the Olympics, you know, and had a prosthetic ding or a dildo or something that was already prepared with pee in it, and when he took the pee test, he just pulled that out and peed in there, and you know, the man that was standing there watching, I guess he was just like, it's a black dick, so I mean, it looked like it's his. I guess he squoze it and got the pee out there and passed the test. So I'm just like, damn, are they gonna take away their bronze medals because of that? I mean, that's sort of like fraudulent, right? You know, we hear him talking about former relationship with Taraji P. Henson. You know, he said that he never connected with another black woman the way that he did with Taraji, but of course he fucked that up because he cheated. We hear about him and his 2,000 plus women that he slept with. You know, we heard about him and Khloe, you know, her fighting strippers. I mean, you know, we have heard all of the stories, but I guess they're promising that there are more in this book. He was on The View the other day, I think it was, and he was saying how he definitely regretted being at that Love Ranch where he had the overdose. He still maintains that he was drugged, that the owner, who's dead now, I believe, right? The owner poisoned him. You know, and he's not sure exactly why, but he says that there are people that actually work there at the ranch that said that they thought that as well. But yet and still, you know, Lamar Odom it's a sad story to watch him, because you can look at him and tell that he still definitely is dabbling in his addictions. He still smokes weed. He still drinks. To me, that is a person that has not beat his demons, but maybe has figured out a way to tame them, you know, just for the time being. But anybody who's an addict out there will tell you that if you want to be clean, you can't do any of that. Okay, because certain things trigger you to do other things. And I mean, how are you an addict and you're saying that you're not doing it anymore, but you still doing it, just not as much, you know? So that means that you are still participating. You know, you are off the wagon. So, and when I look at him, he don't look well. They're saying that he went to some sort of rehab or something, but only because he was offered a reality show called Rebound. And damn it, you can't be on a reality show called Rebound and on your climb up and you still out there drinking and smoking and doing whatever, taking pills and whatever else that you were doing. So he's had a lot to say. I mean, it just sort of depends on if that is your thing. I mean, I think people would have been more interested if it came out right after, you know, shortly after his overdose and everything. But, well, I don't know. People seem to be interested in what he has to say. I don't really care. But I can look at him and tell that he still look like he's fighting that little devil on his shoulder. You guys going to be getting the book? The name of the book is called... all of my notes done ran into each other. Darkness to Light. And if it isn't out already, it will be out soon. Will you be reading it? Then in quickies, Meek Mill is promising to sue the Cosmopolitan Hotel out in Las Vegas, Nevada, as they would not allow him entrance into the hotel the other day. Him and his entourage was in their vehicle and they were trying to get in. There was a pool party there evidently, and they turned him away, told him that he could not come in the property, couldn't step foot in there, and if he did, that they would arrest him. He was like, even if I was just trying to go to the restaurant, you know, and they said, yeah, nowhere. Okay, don't bring that ass on this property or we will arrest you. Okay, well, he got very upset about that and said now that he promises to sue. Okay, because there's no reason for them to not allow him entrance into the building. They put out a statement saying that there was a pool party there and that it was at capacity, but it's very clear on the video. He says, even if I'm going to a restaurant, I'm not going to the pool party. Even though they probably was like, he gonna try to sneak down the back stairway or something down there. They were like, you know, trying to say that it was too full at the pool party. So he's going to sue. Because they have no reason to do that. They're saying at the Cosmopolitan, I've never stayed there. I've always wanted to stay there, and actually had planned to go there for Jada's 21st birthday. We had already said we were going to go there. We're going to stay at the Cosmopolitan. We're going to do this. We're going to do that, because it's like the hip hotel, right? That is smack dab in the middle of the strip there. But people are saying that the Cosmopolitan has their ways with certain people of the urban community, rap community, I should say. So they don't want a certain element in there. I mean, you know, it's just like, if you don't want to stay there, just don't go there. Okay, just spend your money other places. Plenty of other places in Las Vegas. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you need to spend your money, you know, with black hotels. And all right, that's fine. Let us know where the black hotels are. I know they do have some some websites or something that actually lets you know where the black hotels are. I don't think that there are any black owned hotels in Las Vegas. Most of the hotels now are corporate owned, like they used to be mafia owned, and you know, would be just one family. And I think the only family that still owns, you know, a family that owns a hotel out there, I believe, are the Binions that have like the Horseshoe and all of that downtown. But is it the Binions? I think that's their last names. You know, I remember a long time ago, one of the kids got kidnapped and all of that. Y'all remember that? Am I telling my age? But yeah, I think it's the Binions. I think that's the anyway. So I don't even know if there are any black owned hotels in Las Vegas. Most of them are corporate owned now. You know, they have run out the mafia element, and you know, it then got to be so big money there in Vegas now. Like I said, it would be corporate and owned and things like that. So anyway, but if you guys know of any, y'all go on and let us know. Put it down there in the comments. You know, we'll take a little drive by when we go over down to Vegas next time and see what they got. Jussie Smollett, court documents can be unsealed. The judge said that because he spoke on the case soon after, you know, the case was sealed, you know, he was saying that he wanted privacy, you know, he just wanted to forget about this whole thing. However, as soon as they did that, he went out and spoke to the reporters in the hallways of the damn courthouse. Didn't even get out the damn building, okay, and was still talking about it. And not only did he do that, but the judge said, and then his lawyers continued to speak on the case after it had been sealed when they had made it clear that they wanted it to all just go away. Now, why are you still talking about it if you wanted the shit to go away? Okay, so the petty ass judge was just like, okay, well, we gonna fix that ass. Okay, since you want to keep talking about it, we gonna unseal it, and then we gonna give you something to talk about. I said, child, if they unseal them court documents and that stuff gets out, I would really want to just know what happened, even if it vindicates Jussie. But I think that everybody is really interested in knowing exactly what went on there. So we gonna keep on seeing. Alex told me that he was gonna be down at the courthouse when they unsealed it if they did. So there's a lot of people that are interested in knowing what's in those documents, and if the judge had anything to do with it, you guys will find out soon enough. So when I know, I'll let you know. There's a documentary being shopped around by Norman Pardo, who is O.J. Simpson's former manager. Of course, the documentary is about the O.J. Simpson case, okay? Pardo is going around giving little clips of little tidbits of what conversation him and O.J. had, and evidently in some story that O.J. shared with him, he said that back in like 90s, you know, 1990 or something like that, him and Nicole were on vacation with Rob Kardashian and Kris Kardashian at the time. And they were all in the jacuzzi. And then Rob and Nicole decided to leave, go back to the rooms or whatever. And OJ and Kris stayed there. And supposedly OJ told Pardo that he had sex with Kris Kardashian and that he did it to her so tough that he broke her. Okay, now you just use your imagination. Okay, and I cleaned that up for you guys because even though I curse, some of the story, I mean, sometimes some shit just sounds a little too, it just be a little too much. So evidently he did it to her real hard and hurt her enough to where she had to go to the hospital. Supposedly she asked him to take her to the hospital. He didn't. He told her to go tell Rob to take her. And they say the next year them two got a divorce, Rob and Kris Kardashian at the time. And then the year after that, OJ and Nicole had gotten a divorce. So I guess they're trying to insinuate that this little fling that OJ and Kris may have had is the reason why Rob and Kris and OJ and Nicole may have broken up. Now, we've heard so much about both of their relationships. We know that it was way more than just that. People are all like, oh, now, you know, this is making people think that, you know, OJ is Chloe's dad. But yeah, I've told you guys before that OJ is not the dad. That hairstylist that Kris had back in the day is definitely the dad. Looks just like him. So that's the story that's being shopped around, you know, just like so crass. And I just keep thinking of a Barbie doll with broken legs and shit. Moving on along. This whole story about Rotimi owing 50 Cent money, you guys, is really a stunt. And so obvious a stunt. Because Rotimi has an album out, okay, that just dropped and evidently is #1 on whatever chart it's on. I don't even know what the album is or what. But it's #1. Now, he did announce that. And now we're hearing that supposedly he owes 50 Cent $300,000 because he borrowed it from him, I guess, to help him buy a new house or something like that. It's just like, don't you guys see that him and 50 Cent cooked up this story together so that it would bring more attention to his music? Because I was not interested in Rotimi's music at all. And now that this is going on, I probably will at least take a little listen. I had no idea that he had an album coming out. So this has brought attention to it. They not fighting. They on the damn show together. People are all like, oh, they gonna kill Rotimi. You know, they gonna kill his character. The damn show is ending next season anyway. A lot of people might die. So what y'all talking about? So this brings attention to not only Rotimi's project, but also to Power that's about to start back up in another month or two. So that's all that is, you guys. Y'all ain't got to get y'all all excited about, 50 Cent give everybody money and he gets going after everybody and all that. Child, this one is not a real one. So sick of these braces. I'm finally getting them off. I'm so sick of these braces. I'm finally getting them off. I'm so sick of these braces. I'm finally getting them off. I'm so sick of these braces. I'm finally getting them off. Y'all don't understand. These motherfuckers told me it was going to be 18 months. I've had them for 2.5 years. Okay, it is definitely time. I'm over it. I don't know what more my teeth can do. So, yeah, I'm excited. So let me get on in here so they can give me fit me for these retainers and I can get that ass on to work. Okay, y'all? And I'm going to get off of here. We do this every single week. So make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.